quite the army, isn't it? Salus would be proud. I know he would. Forgive me for taking charge, though. You deserve a break. Or at least a chance to save your energy. You'll need most of it in Balteus, not here. We'll take care of everything until then. I made sure to put us on the same boat as each other. Everyone, actually. Howl, Valessa, Fortame, Ulrich, Pro. It's probably best if we're all together for the end of this journey. Of course, Monarch. Anything to help you out. But I think we're almost ready to set sail. Want to get on board? Might as well lead by example. A lot of people are just standing around.
Leaving without me, Domek? I thought you wanted me to come along.
Hey Grizz, happy to see you. We weren't leaving, just getting on board. Hopefully everyone else will take the hint and follow suit.
Fair enough. Hey there, Monarch. Domek told me everything when you got back from Alarinthia. It seems like we were looking at things the wrong way all along. At least I definitely was. I thought that my death in those tunnels would redeem me. But now I know that my fate lies elsewhere, in Balteus. At first, I was furious that you denied me my redemption. But when Domek came to see me, I looked at it differently. I was meant to survive those tunnels and help your final attack. What do you say? To the Triumvirate's fall? Mazeo can rest with Lilith for now. Thank you, Monarch. Let's put the past behind us. Honestly, I think all of us want to forget about those tunnels. I promise that from here on out, I'll maintain a clear mind.
Hey there, Monarch! Glad to see you made it here. I'm happy we're all on the same boat.
Yeah, it makes me feel way better. If I was stuck with other people, I'd be worried, but in this situation, I'm not. I'm perfectly comfortable.
I'm just doing my best to hang in there. This whole life at sea thing really isn't my style. I can't wait to get back and settle down for good.
Knock on wood, Pro. Don't get arrogant before the final battle. This is a huge gamble. You need to give it your all.
Me? Arrogant? Never. Anyway, I need to take my mind off of this water stuff. How about we go sit in the crew quarters and play some cards?
Sure, but I think Domek is about to make a speech. He's been lost in conversation with Howl for a while now. I overheard them talking about our plan of attack in Balteus.
All right, I can wait. Maybe you should get over there, Monarch. I'm pretty sure that's something you'll want to be a part of.
Good luck, Monarch. I hope we get to spend more time together, but I understand if we don't get to. This is probably the most important moment of your life, so do whatever you need.
Yeah, as much as we need you, I think the world needs you more. Hopefully, this isn't goodbye. But there's always a chance that it is. Since we're going to Balteus, we need to treat that as a real option.
Thanks for everything, Monarch. I think you have some planning to do, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, just know that I'll never forget our time together. If we play our cards right, then we can have more of that after the war. I know things have been crazy, but with you two by my side, it's been easier.
Hey, Monarch. We were just taking care of some planning. I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do. Now that we've talked it out, I think our chances are great.
Dominic is correct. Our confidence has increased tenfold. Thanks to some last-minute information, we now have the edge. Hopefully we can keep that when we put our plan into practice.
I guess I should tell everybody what we're planning then. I'll go stand at the head of the ship and give myself a platform. They might want to hear from you too, Monarch, so be ready. Well, I guess this is the eve of our final attack. I know many of you are wondering just what's going to happen. I'll explain more later, but right now, I can tell you a bit of what we're planning. We should arrive in Balteus just as the sun is rising. When we do, we'll be all meeting at a central location for one final meeting. It's important that everybody is on the same page before we take any big steps. However, our first big step will be to secure the Grand Library. Holding the proprietor hostage, we'll station our army there as a pseudo-HQ. I bet you're wondering why we've chosen the library. Well, our reasoning is twofold. First of all, we've been told that the Honor Guard cannot set foot inside. There's some sort of ward on the property, presumably so the owner can be alone. We're not sure why they prefer to work alone, but we know they're important to the Triumvirate. That is part of our second reason. Taking them hostage, we will extract information. We need anything we can gather that will help us with our next step, the final attack. While information is extracted, we can use the safety of the library to rest and recuperate. After that rest, we will gather one more time and begin our final assault. The Monarch will lead a small team and infiltrate the castle, attacking the Triumvirate directly. The rest of us will lead the Honor Guard to the town square and fight them there as a distraction. With the distraction as large as we're planning, the Monarch should be unimpeded. He will kill the Triumvirate and destroy the large idol at the back of their chambers. We believe this idol to be of importance to them, so we must destroy it in order to win. With the blade plunged into that idol, the Monarch will tap into its power. He will use it to deactivate the honor guard, and the suits of armor will crumble. At that point, victory is ours. We will gather in the castle atrium and count the survivors. As soon as we arrive, I'll share this plan with everybody else. So until then, I advise getting some rest. You're going to need it. That is, unless there's anything you want to say to all of us, Monarch. Eloquently put, Monarch. Better than my own speeches, I have to admit. I could see just how much everybody looks up to you.
It was quite impressive, we must say. You're going to make a fine leader. We're sure of it. The greatest asset of any ruler is the ability to inspire hope.
And I'd say we have that in droves now. I trust that you're okay with our plan, Monarch. Sorry that we didn't have time to pass it by you first.
Good. It seems everything is now in order. Perhaps you should go and get some rest, Monarch. We will wake you if there are any matters of importance.
Yeah. We need you rested when we reach Balteus. You know our plan, and the pirates are about to set sail. There's nothing left for you to do. At least for now. What was your reasoning behind this again? I'm surprised the Triumvirate decided to play along with your plan.
They have to come by sea, and this is the main point of entry. If we leave from here, we can intercept them before they arrive. The plan is to thin out their numbers as early as possible.
What if this fails and they sink our fleet?
Scared of dying, are you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's a valid concern, Shane.
Well, in my case, I don't really have anything left to lose. Let me lead this charge myself, Halen. You can go back to the castle. You'll be needed there for a second line of defense, if they make it that far.
I trust that they won't.
Me too. Just tell the Triumvirate I'll be there soon. I have no intention of dying. Not to any of those weaklings.
You have a death wish, you know that. I get that you hate them, but don't throw your life away. The Triumvirate rewards service. Keep that in mind, all right?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'll be back before you know it, so go and have a rest. Just wait, Halen. If they even arrive, you'll find that their hope is lost.
Very well. I can get behind that thought. Be careful, though. You're a good apprentice, Shane. I trust that you and the Honor Guard will do some real damage.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'll see you back at the castle.
Sure. You know, Sovi never let me do stuff like this. As his apprentice, he shut down almost every plan I ever had. I have to be better than him, though. I'm trusting you with a lot here.
Don't worry, I promise not to let you down. The rebellion ends today. You have my word, Master. And it all starts with that little figurehead of theirs. It's almost time, Seer. You'll be joining Domek soon enough.
Put that thing down, Monarch. It's not the answer to all your problems. It appears that there's been some complications. Domek wanted me to tell you that you're needed on deck. You'll see what I mean when you get up there, all right? And I just wanted to tell you that I know what happened in Alarinthia. I know that Pro and Ulrich teamed up in order to throw our fight. I haven't been that amused in ages, to be honest. It was wonderful. Vivian was obsessed with intelligence. Brains over brawn, that sort of thing. There's a beautiful irony in outsmarting a man who prides himself on his intellect. In addition to that, we sent a message to every Alarinthian. Those who wish to change our ways are doomed to failure. Others may rise up, in time. But for now, my reign is safe. And for that, I commend you. Good luck on deck. I think you'll need it.
We have no plan. Perhaps this is time for Domik to shine. A master strategist. Is that not what your people say?
Hal, this is no time to be petty. We need to put our heads together and figure this out. Let's see. It's a small fleet, maybe only half the size of ours.
Naval warfare was not something the monarchy practiced. We lived in peace, Domik. Our world was not discordant like this one.
Okay, I'll do it. We know this battle is lost if the Monarch doesn't make it ashore. So our goal should be securing the safety of this boat and the lives of those on board. This is when we need to rely on everyone's strengths. We need the pirates to take action. Alex, we need you to order your forces to charge. This is precisely why I wanted to form a treaty, for battle at sea. I need you to occupy the forces. Distract them while we slip by.
Slip by? They'll notice you right away! Baltean ships are equipped with projectile weaponry. 1 or 2 good shots and you'll be underwater in minutes.
That's what I'm counting on.
Huh?
We're going to let them sink this ship.
Are you crazy?
I have a plan, Alex. Everybody, listen up. We'll time it so we're close by when they hit us. As we sink, we can hop over to their ship and hijack it. Using their own projectile weapons, we'll start sinking them one by one. Their attention will be divided. They'll be getting attacked from multiple sides. We can use that to our advantage. They won't be able to retaliate through the chaos.
Right, of course. Should I send the order right now?
Yeah, we need to do this immediately. There's no room for error. This is the end.
Yes, sir!
Domik, we must say, that was pretty impressive. Hopefully now you realize that visions only hold you back.
Huh?
Look at what happened back in the Rebel HQ. You relied on a vision. You tried to fulfill some prophecy. In a way, that is limiting. You plan your strategy around certainties. But there are no certainties in war. Assume that the enemy is a counter for your every action. In this case, we should also plan for a scenario where the enemy prevails.
They won't. Simply because we can't afford it. Any losses at this point would mean the end of our cause. Trust in the pirates, Hal. Trust in all of us. We can do this. Everybody listen up! The final hour is upon us. Our pirate army will be charging against the enemy fleet. While they're distracted, we'll slip in and hijack one of their ships. That means we'll be sacrificing this vessel, so don't be alarmed if they deal us a fatal blow. As we're sinking, we'll jump over and board the enemy. Their ships are equipped with projectile weaponry. Using their own ship, we will turn their weapons against them. They won't know where to focus, and we'll use the chaos to our advantage. If things go south, I need all of you to protect the Monarch. Without him, we will lose not only this battle, but the war as well. His life and the blade that he carries should be our top priority. Do I make myself clear? This is it. There's no turning back. Everybody, brace yourselves to charge! Hold! Hold! Fire!
I hope you're ready to jump!
See you on the other side, Monarch!
You know, any good captain is supposed to go down with their ship. But I guess there's no point living my life by an outdated code of honor. Thanks to the treaty, there'll be a new life waiting for me after all of this. And honestly, it's all thanks to you. Let's make this jump together, Monarch. We're a team until the end, no matter what!
A traitor? Not from where I'm standing. Domic abandoned me, and it's all because of you. He's a selfish fool. All he cares about is that stupid sword! I had a plan. We had a plan. And he threw it all away. The moment you walked through that door, he let you replace me. He left me to rot in the Triumvirate's prison because you were more convenient. You saw how many people died in your HQ during that little attack. If you couldn't wield that sword, you'd be buried down there with the rest of them. Damek didn't care about you or your friends. He only cared about your power. I was thinking long and hard about what I should do. You know, what was my place in all this? And I realized that if I served the Triumvirate, I'd receive the same power. It seemed fitting. End Damek's rebellion with the same thing he was relying on. I wish he could be here to see this. But you'll tell him the story, won't you? Not strong enough to take it back by willpower alone? Thought so. You're weak. See, I was blessed by the Triumvirate. All you got was worthless energy from the realm of spirits. Out of pity, too. Is that all you got? Impossible! No, you're the one on the wrong side. The rebellion is small and insignificant. Hundreds standing in a world of millions. Even if you win, they won't respect your power. They're happy living under the Triumvirate's rule. Revenge won't solve anything. Just back down. I was hurt by the occupation and I wanted to fight, but I realized I was being greedy. There was no point. It's not my happiness, my satisfaction that matters. It's the world's. You took everything from me! You were born with everything I worked so hard to achieve! They were my family, my friends, and you took them all away! I hate you!
Damek.
You're awake. Thank goodness. When I found you in the water, I was starting to worry. What happened back there anyway? You were so far behind us. Oh, I see. Can you stand on your own? We're resting in a shack that's not too far away. It's nothing fancy, but it'll give us the privacy we need. Just follow me, alright? I'll give you an update once we arrive. A lot of stuff happened while you were out.
Good to see you, Monarch. We were worried. It seems that almost everybody's accounted for. They are some of the few we've yet to find, but we are certain that they live. We haven't found their bodies. Many of them washed ashore, casualties of the battle at sea. We are relieved to know that you are not one of those casualties. The plan is to wait in and around the shack until everybody shows up. This might be a good time for you to get some rest. Please relax. Please do not resort to worst-case scenario thinking. This is a time to be hopeful. We stand on the precipice of victory. We will go and look for them personally. You deserve some rest.
Hey, good to see that you're still among the living. That was pretty intense, wasn't it? Sure scared me, at least. I'm not one for sailing or fighting, so combining both? Yikes.
Yeah, Pro was scared. Thankfully, I have strength for two. He cowered in the corner while I did all of the hard work.
Did not.
Sure. It's about Alex, Monarch. He's resting in the shack, in critical condition. I think we can nurse him back to health, but I'm not sure.
Look, it's probably best not to think about it too much. He's in good hands. We just need to forge on as a team. If it weren't for him, we'd all be dead at sea. This is a victory.
It was just important that we gave you a status report. I think once everybody gets here, we'll hold another meeting. Our strategy may need some adapting after these losses.
Yeah, go take a breather. You deserve it. Right now, our options are pretty limited.
It's not ideal, but he's right. All we can do right now is wait. Thanks for the chat, Monarch.
Hey, how are you holding up? At least that makes one of us. I almost died. One of my men shielded me. That's the way to power, I guess. Watching them die. Never gets any easier, though. Hey, can you promise me one thing? Give them hell for me, Monarch. If I die, I want to die knowing that we've won. Show them no quarter. They don't deserve it.
I never thought I'd see this place again. This is where I used to live. Before I joined the Triumvirate. A simple shepherd. That's all I was. They said they saw greatness in me. But now I know that all they saw was a naive man ready to serve. They prey on the weak, on those whose minds can be warped. I'm a different man now, but perhaps my change came too late. I don't know if this is important or not, but Balteus has changed. It used to be a beautiful place, but now it's almost like it's dying. I can't put my finger on it, but something bad is happening here. So be careful, all right? We can't lose you, Monarch. But if it's within your power, I'd like to see Balteus restored. Placing your throne here and settling down would be a good idea. They made me kill my flock of sheep before joining them. They said it symbolized the death of my old life and the start of my new one. I felt awful, but I still chose to comply. I wasn't the smartest when I was younger. That's why I wear the skin of my favorite sheep. I called him Lassiter. I wore him as a tribute, but he slowly turned into a symbol of my resentment. Seeing him every day, that constant reminder, was part of why I defected. I couldn't live with what I did, so I sought redemption. Of course, you know the rest, so I won't bore you. Thank you for listening to an old man's ramblings. That means a lot. It really does. I want to see the Triumvirate fall, even if it means losing my life. Giving everybody out there a happy future? Now that would let me rest easy. Of course, my survival would be preferable. I promise not to do anything too reckless. You have my word. That's all I can really give you for now. I hope that it's enough.
Sorry for taking a bit longer than you thought. We've never been here before, so we got lost.
Yeah, and it was even harder because you're keeping quiet. It's hard to find people who don't want to be found, you know?
Can't believe how cold this place is. It looks so uninviting, too. Scary, almost.
Yeah, hopefully we can change that. The Triumvirate seems neglectful, but why?
Alright, we need to talk about what happens next. Until now, we've been pretty vague since time was short. But there's no more delaying. This is everything we've got. We need to push through the town square before anything can happen. Balteus is fortified by a large wall, so we can't get to the library from the outside. This means that the bulk of the battle will take place within the city itself. However, we want to get to the Grand Library with as little resistance as possible. To that end, we'll have our created seers go in first and cause a distraction. If they can lure the honor guard away from the town square, we can slip in. Since the honor guard can't enter the library, it's perfect for a base of operations. Let's face it, this shack is dangerous, so we should get moving as soon as possible. Once we're in the library, we can relax and prepare to launch our final assault.
And what will that final assault consist of?
Good question. Here's what we've been thinking. If the floor is mine, I'll reveal our plan. This is the main area of the city. Our goal is to ensure that the monarch has a clear path to the castle. That way, he can slip inside and kill the Triumvirate with minimal effort. Hal and myself will lure the honor guard to the town square. This is where the bulk of the battle will take place. It shouldn't be too hard. With the added might of our draconic allies, we'll have no problem at all. Pro will sneak away from the town square and infiltrate the castle. His job will be to cause a distraction, luring enemies away from the atrium. With that done, the rest should be smooth sailing for the monarch.
I'll go with Pro, if that's okay with you. I know the layout of the castle, and he'll need some backup. I can't expect him to hold off an entire horde of suits at once.
Very well. Grizz will accompany Pro. The two of them will have no problem clearing the castle. The bulk of the honor guard will be with me in the town square. Alright, that takes care of Hal, Pro, and myself. The rest of you will accompany the monarch to the castle. Let's see here. I should have another map detailing our current area. The only way to approach the Triumvirate's castle is directly from the front. That is, unless you know a secret or two. This involves a hidden mountain pass. Using this pass, you can go around Balteus. It'll be much easier than sneaking through the city. Joining you will be Ulrich, Vortame, and Valessa.
How did you learn about this trail, Dominic? Can you be certain that it's not a trap?
Yeah, I'm certain. It came from Grizz's files. If there's anyone I trust about this nation, it's him.
Alright, fair enough. So the four of us will take the trail to the castle.
Not all the way, I'm afraid. I'll need some of you to split up on the way. There's another map here, just a second. You should emerge from the mountain pass right beside the castle. Because of all the distractions, your path inside should be clear, but I need Vortame to do something special for us first.
Me? Special? What do you need me to do?
I'll have you climb the castle, scaling the outside walls. Your job will be to get inside and ring the bell of retreat. If you can find it, it should make the honor guard stand down.
Wait, seriously? All of them?
Yeah, all of them. I'm putting a lot of trust in you here. Do you think you can do this for us?
Of course! Climbing is my specialty. I'll have that bell ringing in no time.
Good. The rest of you will enter the castle from the front. Again, your path should be clear if all goes as planned. If not, well, you'll have to fight your way through. But I believe in you.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we can do this no problem.
Glad to hear it.
That is all we've come up with. Does everybody find it acceptable?
Alright, let's go outside. We'll head to the Grand Library as a group. If we can get in there without trouble, the rest will be easy.
Sneak into the castle and lure everybody away from the main atrium. Seems pretty easy to me. The monarch will have no resistance at all.
And if I can ring that bell, then everybody will be safe. All those years of climbing is finally paid off. This is gonna be great.
Look, none of that is going to happen if we can't take the Grand Library. We need to establish a foothold, a safe place to retreat to if things go south.
The city should only be a couple of hours away. We trust that you can all handle the cold.
We don't really have much of a choice, Hal. Let's get going. I think our goal is pretty clear.
This looks amazing! This must be a remnant of the monarchy, right? The Triumvirate can't be this artistic. I know it.
Correct. This looks just as we remember it. However, Balteus wasn't always this cold. Something bad has happened to the nation.
Oh, I see. Like what?
We're not sure. However, it is probably due to the Triumvirate. It pains us to see how much they've defiled our former home. We used to live in Balteus. It housed the throne and our ruler. To see it reduced to a frozen wasteland, it is almost too much to bear. Let us head inside. We need to see what else has changed over the years.
Seers, please come forth. We don't have much time to waste. As soon as we get inside, you need to get to work. Lure the honor guard away from our path. Understood?
Of course. Your path to the library will be clear. After the fighting dies down, we will come and join you. It should be easy, so don't expect us to be too far behind.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Let's see, is there anything else to cover? Look, we're about to do something that's never been done before. We're seizing territory from the Triumvirate, right under their noses. Much like they did to Mazeo. We're about to occupy Balteus. But that does not mean we are like them. We do what we do in order to gain our freedom. They occupied Mazeo, wanting to oppress us even further. I want you to all remember that as we press forward, war can blur the lines between good and evil. But I know where we stand. If you know that too, then there's nothing that can stop you. You are heroes.
What have they done?
This is, well, I certainly didn't expect this. I'm guessing it didn't look like this in your time?
No. Balteus was a paradise. This is unacceptable, Domic. We must find a way to fix it.
Of course. There's no way I'll let this stand. It's a bit of a shock, but our plan remains unchanged. Secure the Grand Library, then kill the Triumvirate.
What's going on here?
This is disgusting. Look.
This is Alestia's fate if we leave it in their hands. They don't care about the land. They only care about themselves. This is proof enough that we're on the right side of history.
We suspect that this may be related to their dark idol, Monarch. Above all else, please prioritize its destruction.
Seers, come here. I think this is our best chance to take action. With that group gone, our path to the library is clear.
Yes, sir. Should be easy enough to take them down. After they're dealt with, we'll meet you all in the library.
Good. Go around this building and attack from the other side. They'll be focusing on you, so we'll head in the opposite direction.
Perfect. Then we'll meet up at the library. If we don't make it, though, it's been an honor.
The Grand Library is right over there. We'll run on my mark, so just hold on. Now, go!
What's going on back there?
I don't know. Let's just hope it's going well.
Doesn't sound that way.
For the honor guard, maybe. Hurry up. We need to get inside.
Shouldn't we wait for the seers? At this rate, it might not be much longer.
No, they can meet us inside. We can't risk running into more suits. That was just one group. I'm sure there's more.
Right.
Wait. The library seems fine. Why does it not decay like the rest?
I don't know, but I think this is a good sign. It means we can control or limit what's happening. Knowing this, we might be able to fix Balteus.
Or perhaps it's a bad sign, Domic. Maybe our enemy has the power to harm Alestia itself. How do you think we can stand up against such a foe?
Hey, let's get inside, alright? Maybe the librarian knows more about this. We shouldn't stand around in the open out here.
This is amazing!
I've never seen so many books in one place before. I wonder what they're all about. Should we take a look?
Maybe not. We're here for a reason, remember? Let's find the owner and see what they can tell us.
Actually, there's a chance that the books could tell us even more. The Triumvirate must keep them away from the mainland for a reason.
What do you mean?
The monarchy vanished in the blink of an eye. This we know for sure. People can be erased, but not culture. Signs of our time here would have remained.
So, you're saying...
Looking into the past is one of the best ways to learn. If we don't become better people, then we'll repeat the same mistakes. How fitting, then, that the old monarchy would focus only on the future. They wanted to guide themselves to the perfect future. If it was possible to get there, then no cost would be too high. In the name of a better world, they embraced corruption. Too often do we condemn others in our self-serving journeys. A bright future for the monarchy would have meant death for innocent worlds. The Triumvirate chose to step in, as they have countless times before, to maintain balance.
We know what the Triumvirate did to the monarchy. Hal told us. But like you said, mistakes are how we learn and grow. It's how we become better. If the option of failure is taken away from us, we can no longer call ourselves people. They can hide behind whatever reason they want, but they're wrong to control us. The ability to make these mistakes is our right, and I will not stand by while it's taken away. Corruption? Death? Nobody wants these, but without them, we might as well not exist at all. Restrain this man!
You will experience no resistance from me, but on the other hand, You'll find no help either. Do what you must, but keep the library intact.
Who are you? You know far more than most.
Just a hoarder of knowledge. A man who preserves the past rather than erasing it. In exchange, the Triumvirate gives me life and shelter.
Another one of their victims, you mean? Eternal life in exchange for servitude? Despicable. What atrocities did you commit in their name?
I created this library, a simple glimpse into the past. Everything the monarchy ever wrote is on these shelves. That was my job. Preserve the old history while creating a new one.
And what new history did you create?
I wrote about the Triumvirate and spread it everywhere. I made them seem like gods, like they were the creators of this world. As new life began on Alestia, they found my writing and believed every word.
Algus Fayer.
That is the moniker I assumed, yes. I'm happy to know that the name is still remembered.
So everything the people believe is a lie that you created. Why would you need to go to such extremes? This is insane.
Look at how you and your friends reacted to learning the truth. It brought you here, prepared to kill those who gave you life. The people must never know the true cost of their creation.
I don't believe this. Hal, get him out of our sight.
Well, at least he didn't put up much of a fight. I'd like to say that I'm shocked, but I don't feel surprised at all. This journey has been full of revelations. This is just another for the pile. It doesn't really change much at all. We still have a plan, but it'd be stupid to attack the enemy in the middle of the night. Let's rest until the break of dawn and meet in the front of the library. Remember that we're safe as long as we stay in here. Hopefully the rest of our forces aren't too far behind. You're all dismissed. See you in the morning, okay?
Where are we supposed to rest?
I'm sure there's private quarters around here somewhere. And if you can't sleep, at least there's a lot of books to read. After the war, we should give this knowledge back to the people.
Yeah, I agree. The Triumvirate can't hide this stuff forever. We finally have proof that nobody can deny. This is amazing. If we show them this, they'll accept our rule without question.
Yeah, let's hope you're right. Have a good night, everybody. Shane stayed behind to lead the naval attack. He plans to trim their forces as much as possible. Like you anticipated, they're arriving by sea.
Good. Then things are going according to plan. We'll have you wait in the atrium for their arrival. This means that you'll be our last line of defense.
I consider it an honor, but I have to say, I'm worried for Shane. His chances of survival are pretty slim out there.
He knew what he was signing up for. If he killed even one of the rebels, then he was successful. Focus on protecting this castle, Halen. That's more important.
Yes, of course. I'll make sure no one passes the atrium. If they try, they'll fall as quickly as they enter.
Thank you, Halen. It's important that they have a false sense of security. Don't give them too much resistance until it's absolutely necessary. If they think they're going to win, they're more prone to slipping up. It's up to you to figure out when that moment is, and take advantage of it. Even if it takes your life, you are to prevent them from entering our chambers.
Yes, of course. My life for the Triumvirate. I'll fortify straight away, and wait for their arrival.
Hopefully this time, things will be different.
We finally put the librarian to rest. He sure likes to talk a lot, and about nothing at all. Lots of answers in the form of riddles. Boring stuff. It's pretty interesting that he didn't resist, though. He said he won't help us, but he won't stop us either. His true allegiance is to history. That's what he kept saying. Doesn't make much sense since he faked so much history in the past. But no matter what happens next, he'll have a lot to write about. If we win, he'll record it. If we lose, then he'll record that too. His main condition was that we don't harm the library. Pretty good terms, especially in exchange for a foothold. We may not have won yet, but we've seized Baltean soil. We don't, but he can't do much if he's locked up. Any chance he had at intervening is long gone by now. He can try when we leave, but we'll be prepared to fight by then. Of course. I just wanted to make sure you were all right. It must be hard to sleep right now given all the weight on your shoulders. The others aren't sleeping either. Maybe you should spend some time with them.
They all worry. They fear that death will come for them. An understandable fear, however. This is the end of our journey. We will face more danger than ever before as we move forward. Algus, however, isn't making things any easier. He plants seeds of doubt in many of our soldiers, Monarch. Words are a writer's greatest weapon. A gag would be effective. He says that we are the true enemy, the monarchy. He says that if you knew the truth of our people, you would run. You would no longer fight for us, as we endangered innocent worlds. It is not true, however. His mind has been twisted beyond repair. But many soldiers are starting to doubt. What if he is telling the truth? Could they save their lives by switching sides in the final moments? The monarchy made mistakes, as any group of people do. Like Dominic said, mistakes are how we learn and grow. Bad choices, while bad, are our right as people to make. They cast us aside in a prison, taking away our ability to choose. And in doing so, they took away our ability to live in freedom. No matter our crimes, this punishment is far too severe. But, we must say, it was a battle that we lost fair and square. We were so focused on our own future that we lost sight of everyone else's. It doesn't surprise us that our perfect future came at the expense of others. If it leads to happiness in the end, how can you decide what cost is too high? This is the line that all tyrants seem to walk in the early days of their rule. Many have fallen to the wrong side, Monarch. We trust that you will not. We know that Damek wishes to gift all this knowledge to the people. These books capture almost the entire history of the monarchy. This may not be a good idea. They may read of our mistakes. And those mistakes may just inspire future insurrections. We think it may be best to destroy the monarchy entirely, burn these books, and remove the spirits from this body. These books shouldn't exist at all, Monarch. We don't know why the Triumvirate keeps them lying around. If our oppression was their goal, then they should have destroyed them. Right now, they exist as a testament to our imprisonment. As long as they remain intact, they will be only a harmful memory. They should be destroyed. Allow my people and our history to rest. This is why we ask that you look toward the future, Monarch. Do not concern yourself with who we were or what we were like. Order this library to be destroyed. Live life on your own terms. This started back during our journey into Eastcrown. This body could not survive the cold. The spirits inside helped, but in doing so, they died. We are weaker than we were back then. Weaker, but more in tune with everything around us. Almost like a weight was lifted from our shoulders. We would like you to lift this weight even further. Please, use that blade. Absorb the souls inside of us. Leave one behind. And let us feel what it is like to be alive. After the weight is gone from our shoulders, lift it from the world. You must absorb these souls and destroy the books. Only then will the monarchy be truly removed from history, as our mind will be better for it. So too will the world itself. You would not be killing us. We have long since been dead. It would be an act of mercy upon a group of oppressed people. We can no longer live. The Triumvirate stole that right from us. But if you can take our spirits and use it to power the blade, maybe it will give you the edge you need to win this yourselves. We may have lost, but that doesn't mean you need to as well. These spirits may linger, and the books may remain, but the truth of it is, we're dead. We need to be buried. Our very existence is born from a denial of that death. If you leave one soul, we will use this body to fight for you. We may fall in combat, but nothing of value would be lost. We cannot help our own people, so we must help yours. We understand if this is too much to ask, Monarch, but we think this is the right course of action for everybody. Don't be scared to hurt us. You cannot harm what is already dead. The spirits would be more useful in the blade than this body. But like we said, one can remain to aid you in fighting. What do you say, Monarch? What will you do? Thank you, Monarch. Do not worry about the books. We will talk to Dominic. But know that you made the right choice, and rest easy. Thank you. You did the right thing. If you'll excuse us, we have more to take care of. The final battle looms. There is much for all of us to do.
What a sight, Monarch. I assume this is where Algius would normally sleep, but he's not going anywhere in his current state. I talked to him for a while and he seems unstable. Years of serving the Triumvirate will do that to you, I guess. Even after I told him what Hal was, he still lives in ignorance. Well, maybe ignorance isn't the right word. He knows what the Triumvirate is and still chooses to serve them. You know, I wonder how the people will react when they find out. Algius knows and chose not to rebel or fight back. Maybe our victory here will be just the start of another battle. Not literally, of course, but we'll fight to show everyone the truth. I have to ask you something, though. If the people don't respect your rule, what will you do? Will you work hard to earn it? Or will you demand it through fear? Good. That's what I like to hear. We can't resort to methods used by our enemy. If we did that, then nothing would change in the end. Just don't go down in history as a pushover. Even the best ruler needs to put their foot down, you know. Trying to give everybody what they want would just drive you mad. It just makes me wonder who the Triumvirate really is. They aren't gods. I doubt they made the Blade of Exodus. There's a chance that they're just like us, using power to achieve their goals. And they say that power corrupts. You've heard that, right? What if they were just like us in the past? What'll happen next? Will we just go on to become tyrants that the people despise? Nobody starts their journey at the peak power, Monarch. The Triumvirate wasn't born into this role. They fought for it. It's even likely they took down foes of their own too. But what foe would that be? And what was their goal? What I'm trying to say is, I think the blade should be destroyed. Once we achieve our goal, we have no use for it anymore, right? If you keep it, you risk relying on its power. And I don't want to see what that does to you, Monarch. Not if it's even anything close to what it's done to our enemies. I don't see any reason to keep it around after the war is over. So tell me, if you get the chance to destroy it, will you? Good. There's no place for a weapon like that in this world. I feel like whoever wields it will be led down a dark path. I just hate to see that happen to you. I really would. I just want to know what kind of hands the world will be left in. I'm just asking you these questions because I'm scared, you know? I might not survive the battle. I might not live to see your reign. I'd hate for us to die, especially after how far we've come. But we're about to fight the Triumvirate. It's a real possibility. All we can really do is ensure that we fight with no regrets. Now, I have my fair share of regrets, that much is certain. But with your help, I'd like to put some of them to rest. I've been wanting to for a while, but I'm just scared. You know, shaking a hand is such a simple thing, yet I cower in fear whenever somebody offers it to me. Even the thought of it is enough to fill me with anxiety. But you know what? So does fighting the Triumvirate. Despite that fact, I'm standing strong and ready to fight. So, what do you say? To the fall of the Triumvirate? Of course I'm sure. It's time to get over this silly fear. You know, we'll be dealing with a lot of people after this is over. Not being able to shake the hands of our subjects, that's not good. After all we've been through, I just think you deserve the honours. And I can think of no better toast than a toast to the fall of our enemies. So, like I said, let's do this and move forward as a stronger people. This is all thanks to you, Monarch. It really is. You told me to leave behind those memories of my past. At first I thought it would dishonor the memory of my mother. But I'm not forgetting about her. I could never do that. I'm just forgetting about the pain I felt on that fateful day. And with that gone, I can handle anything that comes my way.
Hey, Monarch. I just wanted to come see you. We won't be getting much sleep tonight after all. I can't stop thinking about our visit to Alarinthia. You know, I broke your nose and I feel awful about that. But I couldn't let you get in the way and compromise our plan. It needed to come down to just Pro and myself. It was the only way that we could guarantee our victory. I guess I came here seeking forgiveness. I feel foolish, though. Your forgiveness was implied when you removed that curse from me. I mean, you wouldn't do something like that if you resented me, right? But still, having it implied, it's not the same as hearing you say it. And that's the thing, though. Forgiveness shouldn't come so easy. When you're on the throne, you need to learn how to punish. I lied to you. I hurt you. I shouldn't deserve your forgiveness. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're lucky it was just your nose. In that moment, I would have done whatever I deemed necessary, Monarch. And given the opportunity, I would do it again. I would go as far as I needed. Do you still think I'm worthy of forgiveness? Who knows what I might have to do during the final battle? The fate of the world is in the balance. I can't hold back. As long as we're both on the same page, I expect the same from you. Don't hold back in any way. If I'm in danger, don't stop to help me. You have your goal. I know what I was getting into when you removed my curse. I'm vulnerable, for the first time in thousands of years. But while I'm vulnerable, I also feel alive, Monarch. It's amazing how much the possibility of death can motivate us. In some ways, that's what drives us to accomplish our goals. Without some sort of end, there's no time for us to seize. Thank you, Monarch. I knew you'd be strong enough to make the tough decisions. Since we met, I've seen nothing but a capable ruler in you. And that was before the attack on the Rebel HQ. Remember back in Valinor, when we were at Peregrino? You've been leading this world for much longer than you think. And I have to say, I agree with your choices. Keeping Peregrino as a tavern? I thought about that for a while. Anybody who values alcohol that much is good in my books. When I look back on times like that, I realize how far we've come. Complete strangers to loyal comrades, ready to kill false gods. I never would have expected this, but it's not an unwelcome change. I always pledged myself to Damek, but the tables have shifted. The sword arm meant for him now belongs to you, Monarch. I will protect you and do my best to help you liberate this world. It's the least I can do after all. You removed this curse from me. Now that I can die, it's almost as if I know what it's like to be alive. To live without feeling alive, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Yet the Triumvirate hands it out so freely. They disguise the tightest shackles as the path to freedom. And in our blindness, we accept it without hesitation. The rebellion, however, strives for true freedom. Salus and Damek, we have them to thank for everything. Even you wouldn't have realized your full potential without them. It feels weird saying this, but you might be my first real friend. Those are hard to come by when you're serving the Triumvirate, and harder still to come by when you close yourself off to the world. I'm not used to friends. I'm used to people who take advantage of me. Whether it's my strength or my sense of honor, they've all been used. When people learn who you are, they might try and use you too, Monarch. But when it comes to you, I know that my strength and honor aren't misguided. You can trust me to have your back in the final battle and beyond, I promise. For once, I found a cause I'd be happy to both live and die for. Let's continue this after the battle, alright? Unfinished business is just one more reason to survive. In times like these, we need as many of those as we can get.
So, I guess this is it, huh? You know, I always thought that I'd be ready, but now that we're here, I feel such apprehension. I know the layout of their castle based on past reconnaissance, but when we stole the Blade of Exodus, they weren't expecting us. They know we're here now. For us, this will be a purely uphill battle. Look at me, freaking out. I don't mean to bring down your morale. Let's change the subject, all right? Is there any wine in this place? Of course there isn't. You know, I thought it'd be a given. August is all alone, with nothing but his books and imagination. If there's any type of person who'd live off of wine, it'd be him. It's a lonely life being a writer. It really is. You pour so much emotion into it that you almost run out. Everyone thinks you're giving them the cold shoulder, but you're not. Writing is art. Nobody questions the secluded painter, you know? But the second you close yourself off to write, you're troubled. So many people see it as a joke of a career choice. I almost let that get me down when I was younger. They told me that a writer could never make a decent living. I could have easily given up, but instead, I created a legacy. And that's what scares me. Even when I give up the swindling life, that won't be enough. Everyone will remember me for who I was, not who I am. And let's be honest, I'm not one of the good guys. I stole secrets, sold them, and ruined people's lives. Look what I did to the rebellion. That's unforgivable. I think I might die during the attack, Monarch. There's no place for me in your new peaceful world. Even if I change, the harm I did will always haunt me. I want to help you make this world a better place, Monarch. But you don't understand how many people I've wronged in the past. If they seek revenge, they might just target you and all of my friends. And I don't want anybody to get hurt because I was a bad person. I could turn a new leaf, sure, but that doesn't mean my enemies will. If I stay by your side, you and all of our friends will always be targets. You're right. I just fear that the end is closer than we think. I don't know what I'd do if I lost any of you during the final battle. I lost my family once. How can I expect to handle that again? I guess that's true. Sorry, I was just freaking out. It seems to be a running theme out there in the atrium. It's impossible to look death in the face and have no regrets. But if you want me to help you rule after this war, I will. Anything you need, I'll always be there to serve you, Monarch. Hopefully, I can earn a pardon for all the laws I've broken in the past. Monarch? Thank you.
I'm gonna be honest, Monarch. I'm scared. Terrified. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, climbing the Triumvirate's castle? That's insane. Not to mention that the entire battle hinges on my success. I have those metallic claws, but I don't know how much that'll help. Their castle is probably made of stone, like this library is. What if I fall? What if I get shot by an arrow? If anything gets in the way, I might not be able to do this. I require extreme focus, you know. This is too much. Sorry to come here and panic like this. It could end up being our last night together after all. There are probably way better ways to spend it than this. You know, I've been thinking about what I should do after the war. And I think I want to move to Museo. I want to help the nation reform. It's been hurt so much, even by our parents. It deserves happiness. Valessa has her calling as the next elder of Valenorth. I'd be your scribe, if visions weren't becoming a thing of the past. At the end of the day, it seems like the smartest choice for me to make. That is, if I don't die during the battle tomorrow. I know what you're gonna say. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I wish that were true. But it's not. We need to be realistic here. There's a chance that we could lose this war tomorrow. There's a chance that all of us could die. A really big chance. We're not immortal. We need to face the facts, not live in denial. They're all out here in the atrium with so much confidence. But I know that deep down inside, they're scared too. We all have something we're afraid of, you know? You know, it's not death that scares me, Monarch. It's the thought of never seeing my friends again that hurts me. I don't want to lose anybody. I've never been this scared in my life. You can't be certain of that, though. Just like I can't be certain that I'll survive. All we can do is try, and hope for the best. So promise me one thing. No heroics, okay? No grand acts of sacrifice. No trading your life. This world needs you after the war. We all need you. I guess we'll find all of this out in a few hours anyway, right? It's almost sunrise, and the battle shouldn't be too long. Let's change the subject. I've worried enough. Oh, here we go! If we win, we'll have a huge party. A party that the world will talk about forever. We can give everybody Mazayan apples. Sweet! Then I can't wait. I'll let you get back to what you were doing, Monarch. This isn't goodbye after all. We'll be seeing each other again for sure.
This room is pretty cool, Monarch. Makes sense that you'd get it too. Must feel good, being royalty and all. I'm pretty confident. After hearing Domic's plan, I get to follow you to the castle too, so it makes me happy. You can trust me to have your back if anything bad happens. I've been practicing with those daggers I got from Mazeo, actually. They took some getting used to, but I think I can hold my own. Not that those suits of armor require much to take down. To be honest, I'm really scared that we might not survive. I mean, victory usually comes at a cost, but what will we pay? If I make it out of this without my friends, I'll just feel so hollow. Especially since I'm expected to lead Valinor after all this is over. Without you and Fortum, I just feel so lost in this world. You give me strength, and I'll be needing that strength. I really need to stop thinking so far ahead. This is the eve of our final battle. I should focus on that. Getting lost in thought on the battlefield would be the death of me. So, let's just enjoy this moment, shall we? This might be the last time we're able to hang out. I hate to tarnish it by freaking out and acting stupid. Well, at least I don't feel so alone anymore. Fortum is always so carefree, no matter what happens. Talking to him, you'd never guess that we could all die here. Before I stop being so gloomy, can you promise me one thing? It'll make me feel a lot better, and morale is what we need right now. If I do end up dying out there, I just want Valinor to be okay. Can you promise me that you'll find a capable elder to replace me? They don't have to share my views. want our home to prosper. Good. Then we can move on to better things. You know, I've been thinking about how far we've come. I've seen so much, and I feel like a totally different person. I wonder what would have happened if things were different. What if your induction ceremony wasn't canceled? What if you never got that deceiving vision? Would we still be as close as we are right now? You know, that moment we shared in Museo was so special. Given time, I want this bond to grow even stronger. Do you? I don't want to rush this and do something stupid. Part of me wants to, given the circumstances, but we shouldn't. Let's just make a vow. We'll both survive and take things slow. I really hope we make it through this. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me over, Monarch. I feel a lot better than I did just a few minutes ago. I guess I'll see you when we gather to launch the attack.
Good to see you, Monarch. I'm afraid there isn't much time to talk. We can't deny it. The attack has begun. The Honor Guard should realize that we're here momentarily. After that, this area and the town square will be a war zone. Anybody who has an objective elsewhere should be leaving.
Hey, Dominic, I was just about to leave.
With Grizz too, I presume?
Yes, of course. You know me. I'd never forget anything. You're in for the distraction of a lifetime, Monarch.
Hey, Pro. Before you go, it's been an honor serving with you. I hope I see you again after this is over.
Trust me, the pleasure has been all mine. And I don't plan on dying. Too much writing to do.
I guess you should get going too, Monarch. Don't worry, I have more protection than I'll ever need. Our rebel forces, the created seers, and the Draconic army. No matter what they throw at us, we'll be able to handle it. The true deciding factor in all of this is you and that blade. Be careful, rely on your comrades, and you'll win this for sure. I know you can do this. Now we just need to cause a distraction. All those suits should be focusing on me. If all goes as planned, you should find minimal resistance. Save your strength for the Triumvirate. I think you'll need it. Anyway, don't worry about me. I'll have Hal by my side. Speaking of which, where is he? He should have been out here ages ago. Hal, what are you doing?
We've come here to destroy the Triumvirate and all that they stand for. Don't tell us you're backing down now that the moment is upon us.
No, of course not. I would never give up when we're so close. Come down here, Howl. Explain yourself.
The monarchy is dead, Domik. Do not cling to memories like us.
Howl, stand down.
Stand down? All we've done is carry out our orders. Kill the Triumvirate and their supporters, correct? As their servant, Algus deserves the same fate. And we needed a beacon to lure the honor guard to the square. A beacon that no matter how hard they try, they cannot put out. Burning the library made sense. They are not permitted inside. Do not mourn for what has already been lost, Domik. The honor guard will be here in just a few moments. Preparing your army would be a much better action. The battle for Alestia has begun.
I don't believe this.
Drastic measures must be taken in order to ensure our victory. The righting of a long-dead culture is a small price to pay. You should be on your way, Monarch. The time is now. Do not forget your comrades either. The success of your group will determine everything. Do not waver. Do not falter. Your rule hangs in the balance.
Hey, be careful, okay? I want to see you there when we regroup in the atrium. If all goes as planned, you'll be seeing me there too.
Right, Talon. It seems they seek to deceive us. But it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Deception? That seems to be their strength. What will you have me do, masters?
Man the atrium. Stay in the castle. We shall let them exhaust their forces for now. When they come here, You can finish them off.
You mean to fall into their trap?
Doing so would make it our trap, Galen. Besides, their deaths will feed the blade even more. We need it as strong as possible when it is brought back to us.
For what reason?
Do you doubt us?
No, of course not. I was merely curious, that's all.
Then your curiosity will have to linger. You have your orders, Halen. Now see them out. In a few hours, everything should be over for good.
Yes, whatever you say. When they arrive in the atrium, consider them dead. I will paint the walls with their blood, or else besmirch them with my own.
Thank you, Halen. Now be on your way. We will send the honor guard to the town square to weaken them. There is no time to waste. The end of everything is upon us. The end, or perhaps another new beginning. Steel yourselves, brothers. You know what's coming.
All right. How can we lure them away? Think, bro, think. You can do this.
Not so loud, Pro. We need a plan before they find us. Let's look for something we can use as a distraction.
That'll have to do. Come on, Grizz. Let's do this already. Hopefully the Monarch isn't too far behind.
No, not that side. It leads to the dining hall and a dead end. You'd only be signing your own death warrant.
Hey! Over here! Perfect. Now we just need to make a trail. Come on! Don't let us get away!
How many do you think there are?
Not enough.
Well, at least you're confident.
They're getting close. Be on your guard, Domek. I'll have my men protect you and Howl.
Yes, of course, I appreciate it. I'll be watching their backs as well.
It reminds me of the drums in the Colosseum. Before every fight, they'd put on quite a show. Nothing got my blood pumping more. Trust me.
Then we trust that you'll perform admirably. show us that siding with you was the right choice. Every step we've ever taken has led us to this moment.
We'll give the world something to sing about. Trust me, they'll tell tales of this battle.
It appears that we may be outnumbered. But remember, those things aren't known for their smarts. Each one of us could easily take down 100 or more.
Let's hope that you're correct.
It appears they want us to make the first move. Probably so they can counter. That makes it easier. Just anticipate it, and come up with a counter of your own. We fight to liberate those stuck under the Triumvirate's thumb, in the name of all those who have fallen, and all those who will come. A new future will dawn here today, one of happiness and peace for all.
Darmok, it is time.
Yeah. This is it. Charge!
Whoa, this is so cool! That statue! I've never seen anything like it! Ulrich, what is it? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, Alestia wasn't always fully mapped out. This is an artist's depiction of the Draconic people. At least, a depiction made in fright during First Contact.
First Contact?
Imagine being the first mainlander to arrive in Alarinthia. The people there reacted with hostility, attacking almost instantly. He was an unlucky man, and he fled almost as quickly as he got there.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, when he got back to Museo, he told everyone his story. But his account wasn't right. Fear can warp anything you see. Even when he was proven wrong, the design still stuck. They're often used to scare away potential visitors, so it makes perfect sense that there be one in a place like this. It's guarding a shortcut that leads right to the Triumvirate's home.
Well, it's not gonna scare me away. I have the most important task of all. I promise you, I'll make it through this. You better be in that atrium waiting for me. No way we're failing now. This is the end. Well, I guess I should get going. I need to take a different path than the rest of you. I'm not used to being on my own, but I'll manage.
I guess we should go too. The sound of all that fighting is really scaring me. One side has to be winning, but which one is it?
It's best not to pay it any mind. We have our own task, Valessa.
Right, of course. Wanna lead the way? We're going to win this. I can feel it.
Stay behind me. We can use this bridge to our benefit. They can't get around us or sneak out from behind. It's almost like a funnel. It should be easy. I know, but don't worry, these things have bad aim. Just grab one of those suits and use them as a shield. They'll wear out their numbers by killing their own.
Quick! Grab one!
Look out!
Quick, run along the side of the bridge. It should be wide enough to use as a path. Get back there and take out those archers. Monarch, did you do that?
Thanks for stepping in like that. My sword arm was starting to get a little tired. Come on, let's get going. We don't have much time.
Oh no.
Just our luck.
You need to go.
What are you talking about?
I said you need to go. Get inside the castle. Help Fortim kill the Triumvirate. Just do it. Let me keep them occupied. I'll fight them off.
I can't let you throw your life away, Valessa.
We don't have any other option. The Monarch needs you in there, Ulrich. Right now, I'm the only expendable option.
No, you're not expendable. We need you. Let me stay and fight. I know how those things work. If you give me some time, I can take them all down.
This isn't up for debate. Sorry. You need to go, and fast. Is that an order? Then I guess I have no choice. I love you, Monarch. Never forget that. I'll see you in the atrium when this is all over. Come on! I could do this all day!
Pro, what weapons do you have?
Daggers. My favorite. Up close and personal.
So, you fought these things before?
Yeah, plenty of times. It'll be a piece of cake. Trust me.
Right. Be mindful of where you stand, Pro. If this hammer is good at anything, it's crowd control. I don't want to hit you while I'm fighting off the enemy.
Yeah, got it. I'll stay low and out of your way.
Ready?
Let's do this.
So, this is what I was meant to do.
Huh?
Back in Museo, I was ready to throw my life away. You know, to atone for what I did in the Triumvirate's name. I'm glad that I didn't. I was meant to end them, not myself.
I'm glad you made the right choice then!
No, not me. It's all thanks to the Monarch.
There's too many of them! We need to do something and fast!
There's nothing we can do. Just stand your ground. Keep fighting.
Howl, watch out!
Status report, Draku. How are your men doing?
Not good, unfortunately. There's just too many of those suits, Howl. All we can really do is wait for that bell to ring.
And if it doesn't?
Then we die with honor. We fight to the bitter end.
Do not give up so easily, Draku. You rule Alarinthia, the strongest nation in the world. You cannot afford to return home with stories of lost hope.
Then let's find it again, and fast!
We cannot stay like this forever. They'll find a way to outsmart us. Draku?
Sorry, just needed a breather. I haven't had a fight like this in ages.
I'm afraid that we must part ways, though. The same strategy is only effective for so long.
Yes, of course. That same tactic won me many Colosseum battles. Good luck, Howl, and take a few out for me.
It can't be too far away. How high up does this castle even go?
Wow. I haven't been to this place in ages. It doesn't look any different, though. Just as uninviting. You want to go right up those stairs, Monarch. This is it. Hey, not so fast. You should let me take point. I know the layout of this castle and where to go. It gets a bit confusing up there. Trust me on that. Let's just say there's lots of stairs coming up, and be careful, alright? We don't want to fall into a trap. We're in their territory now. An ambush would be child's play.
Ambush? No, I don't play cheap, not like Sophie. I'd merely like to call this a welcoming party of sorts. An ambush is unexpected. Surely you knew I'd be here.
Look, we don't need to fight you. I know what you are. A slave to the Triumvirate. We can fix that, Halen. We can remove the curse.
Curse? You called this a curse? I embody the Triumvirate's will and command their army. You are the cursed ones. You fight for the dream of a fool. You stand in the realm of gods now. It is time you spoke with your resolve. If it is strong enough, then you will find me. And if it is not, then you will perish. So do it. Show me the determination of your rebellion. Speak against your gods and see how they answer.
have an idea, Monarch. Think of me as an extension of your body. Open your mind, and trust me. Now it's my turn. Haven't fought like this in ages. Really gets your blood boiling, doesn't it? Takes me back to my time with Sovi. Perfect teamwork. Almost unstoppable. I wish they had the courage to face us in person. All they can do is hide behind their mindless slaves. If we get into a bind, let's just do the same thing. That blade and our connection is our greatest weapon. And something tells me we'll be needing it when we face Halen. Are you ready to go upstairs? He's all that stands in our way. Good, then let's go. Remember, if you get the chance, save him. I understand if you can't, but he deserves freedom. Be careful, Monarch. This could be tricky. Remember that Halen can wield the blade, just like us. In fact, since he was made from it, his affinity could be stronger. He's backed into a corner, so we don't know how he'll react. I wouldn't be surprised if he resorted to some sort of trap. A cornered man is always desperate in his final moments.
Well then, perhaps you're stronger than I thought. No matter though, I've been waiting for a worthy opponent. I'll savor killing you, Monarch, every single moment.
Monarch, look out!
Saved by your friends, as always. I wonder how you'd handle things on your own. What do you say? Want to put that to the test?
We don't have time for your games, Halen. We will give you one chance. Surrender or die.
And who says you get to call the shots? Remember, I exist to manifest the Triumvirate's will, and right now, what they want is to see you all dead. I've never let them down, and I don't plan on starting. You think you're special? That you're here to seize your destiny? No, You're nothing more than another insect for me to crush. You may have made it farther than most, but it doesn't matter. Even atop the highest mountain, an insect is still an insect. A being that exists for one purpose: to be exterminated!
Monarch!
You're certainly stronger than Sovi. It's a shame that you defected. I could use you.
Defected? No, I simply chose the right path. And you can do that too, Halen. It's not too late. There is no passion in serving the Triumvirate. They take everything away. They bleed you dry. And what's worse, they give nothing in return. The rebellion gave me everything I needed. A family, a home, a place in this world. I belong to them now, and that's final.
You're a fool. They seduce you with flights of fancy. You ran to the first group that made you feel a sense of purpose. Do you honestly think that he is the rightful ruler of Alestia?
Without a doubt, I'd give my life for the Monarch. The truth of the spirit realm only proves that I'm correct. They told Sovi, and look at what happened. Think, Halen. I'm not weak. My loyalty was just different from yours. While I want to serve Alestia, you want to serve the Triumvirate. But they made you that way. We can change you, if you let us.
No, I want to serve them. You run away while I stand tall and remain in line. How can you say you're not weak after what you've done?
Are you willing to bet on that? Let the Monarch remove the curse that they put on you. If you still want to serve them, then we can continue to fight. And if not, then you'll realize that you were wrong all along.
No, I can't.
Monarch, do it now. I don't care what it is. Just do it. Hey, before we head up, can you do me a favor? And don't question it, just trust me, okay? Here. Thank you.
Come on, 14, we can't hold the town square forever. I guess it's time. Stay back! I'm warning you! What?
Domic, give me your hand! Domic, quick! You don't have much time! There. We're even now. So what do you say, Domic? Fight? Just like old times? Just keep it up, Domic. I'll patch you up as soon as we're safe.
Shane, talk to me. Why are you doing this?
Domic, no! Look! It's over.
We did it. I can't believe this. Monarch, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Here, you'll be needing this. And watch your step as we go up those stairs. If you fall off the edge, well, you know how high we are. I have a piece of advice for you, Monarch. Don't let them talk to you. Just kill them without question. All they'll do is try to justify their actions and earn your sympathy. They prey on the minds of the weak, of those that they can mold. I know you're strong, but they just have this way of convincing you. I'd hate to see that happen to you. So remember, kill them all.
Ulrich, this is quite a surprise. It's been ages since we've seen your face. Have you come to grovel in the face of your defeat?
I've come here to end this war. I bring an offering. The blade and the monarch. Do with him what you will, but I ask for your surrender. Leave this world and never return. Live your lives in peace, somewhere far away. Just stay out of our business and leave us alone.
You've done nothing but bring an armed enemy into our home. What makes you think we can trust you? This is surely a trap. As long as the monarch can wield that blade, they are a threat.
And then let me fix that. There, look how easy that was. Never again can that blade be used against you. Now do what I said. Surrender and leave this world.
How surprising. You've changed, Ulrich. We thought your allegiance to the rebellion was absolute.
No, it's my allegiance to Alestia that takes priority. This senseless war will only end up destroying the world. One life means nothing to me if it allows this land to flourish.
A generous offer, but one we cannot accept. Surely you know the truth now, after everything you've seen. the monarchy, and those that follow their path lead worlds to ruin. We request that you join us once more, Ulrich. It would appear that Halen, Shane, and Sophie have let us down. You can make the right choice. Join our ranks and save the world.
And what would you have me do?
Kneel and pledge your loyalty to our cause. Then, turn the blade on the monarch and take his soul. There's a reason we need both his power and that blade. If you can do that, then all will be forgiven. You see, Ulrich, the monarch is the key to saving us all. He would waste his power. Well, we plan to harness it correctly.
What do you mean?
Do as we say, and we will tell you everything. Even the things we could not tell you in the past. Good. We are glad you realize the error of your ways. Siding with the rebellion is foolish. It is a waste of your talent. With us, you will finally be back on the right side of history.
Yes, Master, of course. My loyalty is forever yours. As the Grand Inquisitor, I have only one goal: to remove any threat that faces the throne. Starting with you.
Ulrich!
You think I believed you? Foolish as always. You let your guard down at the first sign of obedience. The right side of history. Don't make me laugh.
Ulrich!
You used a powerful blade in order to play God. But now it's in the hands of the monarch, a righteous man. He will undo all that you've done and liberate Alestia. You've held the world in chains for far too long, and now it's finally time that they were broken. Look, I had to do it. A direct attack would have been suicide. We had to make them lower their guard and think that they were winning. An act of betrayal and a pledge of fealty, it's all I could think of doing. I don't care what you have to say, not right now. Get in those chambers and finish this once and for all. There's still 2 left, and you're only giving them time to prepare.
Stop! Do not draw that blade unless you intend to use it. That idol will respond to your aggression and fight back. We will not harm you. We brought you here for another reason. That is a tall order, Monarch. We are nobody, and yet we are everyone. We are the same, and yet we are different. There is really no way to answer that question. Like you, we are simply beings capable of wielding that blade. When the sun sets on this era and rises again, we will be forgotten. Reduced to cosmic dust, we will become even less than a memory. It matters not how the cycle ends, only how the cycle began. The ones who created that blade could never comprehend what they started. An endless war of life against death, of purity against corruption. As long as that blade exists, there will be beings capable of wielding it. And as long as those beings exist, they will inevitably meet, just like us. The catalyst for the clashing of ideals. It exists only to create disorder. Long ago, a group of 3 faced an almost insurmountable foe. They were able to prevail, and they thought they had won peace. All of the worlds, once closed off, became united in one large universe. You see, that blade was created from the clashing of conflicting ideals. Life against death, purity against corruption. It feeds off of that imbalance. What they held after the battle was only a portend of more strife to come. We do look fondly on those who created the blade, but we also hate them. Were it not for them, neither of us would be standing here right now. But because of them, we stand here at odds, instead of peace. Memories of their exploits linger through the core of that blade. But no matter how strong they were, one fact remained. They were nothing but foolish men. Men who thought themselves worthy of delivering justice. Men who, with all the power in the world, still remain short-sighted. They knew not what they trifled with, Monarch. They thought that the blade was a symbol of victory. But no. After what you've been through, we both know what it truly means. War and death. Well, true evil can almost never be fully defeated. Though heroes of the past stood victorious over evil, it was temporary. In the future, sometimes even millions of years ahead, the evil returned. And now it stands before you, corrupting the very heart of Alessia. But this is not the first world it has harmed, and it plans to keep moving. We follow it with that blade and save innocent worlds from its wrath. Look at the dying Balteus. It would deliver that fate to every single world. Rather than temporarily cast the idol away, we decided to settle down on this planet. Our goal was to find a way to destroy both the idol and the blade, for good. Doing so would liberate the universe from this eternal war. But we did not hold the power required to destroy the idol. Not yet. If we could make the blade stronger, though, then we might stand a chance. If it could match the strength of the idol, then that could be it. The energy unleashed in such a moment would destroy both for sure. Since the blade fed our life, we would have to start relying on others. They had planned to use this idol as a source of power, perhaps to aid in their conquest of other worlds. The universe belonged to them, they thought. But wielding the power of evil incarnate would only lead to ruin. We couldn't let them continue down a path as dangerous as that. So we cast them aside, in an astral prison using that blade. And as we did, we created new life on Lestia. A new, pure species that would keep on reproducing. A breeding ground of power for that blade to harvest. If we could make that blade strong enough, then we'd win. But even then, we couldn't gather power fast enough. The idol started corrupting and killing Balteus. We had to think of something, and fast. It led us down a path that we did not want to walk. But in order to create peace, it was necessary. We are not surprised, given our method of harvesting power. You see, this is not the first time you've stood in our chambers. Hopefully, it is the last. But to be honest, we've seen you many times. That blade exists unbound from the restraints of time and space. Every death along your journey has only served to power it further. When you got here, if it was not strong enough, we sent you back. When we did so, the blade remained unchanged. The cycle started anew, giving that weapon even more strength. You stand here, the result of millions of years' worth of trial and error. The occupation, the rebellion, and even your attacks on Balteus recreated a period of time in your history filled with nothing but death. Over and over, you and your friends have lived it, only to power that blade. When the final cycle came along, we would have you carry out your goal. The destruction of both the idol and the sword is what you were meant for. You may have come to kill us, but your virtues are simply misplaced. Nothing does. Well, at least, not at first. Originally, we hoped our champion would come from our India. That's why we kept our nation separate and focused on strength. If each ruler was stronger than the last, well, as time passed, we might find someone strong enough, someone with the will and power required to wield that blade. Of course, it became clear that this would never work. Just as we started to give up hope, those idols appeared. The monarchy was somehow able to reach out of their prison. The growing nation of Epilogue developed their culture around this, and as a reward for reverence, the concept of the seer was created. A special citizen of Epilogue, with the power of the monarchy inside of them. Even then, none of the seers were as strong as they needed. Until you. The monarchy gave you everything they had. We assumed that they did this so you would kill us. But it would seem that they played right into our hands. You were led down a path that only gave you more and more power. In all of the universe, you are the only one who can use that blade effectively. You house not just your own will, but the will of billions of spirits. Spirits that want nothing more than to see their homeworld freed. There was no other choice, really. You are our champion monarch. No, you are our creation, and must do as we say. But your actions will ensure peace and happiness for trillions. It is a small price to pay, and we know that you would agree. We wish to end a cycle that has plagued the universe for eternities. In fact, it could be even longer. It is impossible to know for sure. Because of that, we believe that no price is too high to pay. We will never be remembered. Nobody will ever know our sacrifice. But there shall never be another world marred by that corrupt idol. And no man will ever again be seduced by the power of that blade. The best course of action for the universe is to destroy them both. Their existence will always lead to those who believe they control fate. They will always lead to a clash of ideals, and it will always lead to this. The mind can suffer when stuck in the same time and place. History repeating itself can be far more than maddening. We try to break free from the cycle, but only perish. This is why we will not stop you if you wish to kill us. That blade has kept us alive long enough to see things through. Our final rest would only be a sign that we have finally won. So go ahead, kill me, and kill my master. Turn that blade on the idol, and see what happens. See if you can free everybody from its wrath. Not just us, or Alestia, but all worlds, and all people. If you are not strong enough, then the cycle will just start anew. Before you know it, you may be facing us here once more. But know that we are not your enemy. All we've done to... Very well. stop. Think about what you're doing. Everything we've done in the name of freedom. Normally, I send you back to start the cycle anew. But now, your strength surpasses mine. This must be the end. I beg for your mercy. Let me live to see what I fought for.
Dry your eyes, the dawn will come, sweeping clouds on wings of light. If you listen close, you can hear its song to chase away the night. Lift your face and feel the golden touch of the sun, so bright and new.
You can do this, Monarch. Don't give up.
Keep on moving! We didn't come this far just to lose now!
Together we held a sword. Together we bled and warred against the icy bear.
I guess I'm no longer the strongest member of the rebellion. I'm proud of you, Monarch. You saw this through to the bitter end.
Really how you want your story to be told? Get up, Monarch! Get up and finish what you started!
I knew there was something special about you. Ever since the start. You brought us all together and unified us. You made us a family.
We have rid the world of its darkest fate. Now hear the changed winds speak. They will sing of
So, everything has led to this. The monarchy is no more, but you can still live. Make it through this, and give Alestia the future it deserves.
We had to take a stance. I will not disappear if you live on. Dance and find joy in all I've held, in all I've done. You will hear me, you must believe it, and remember how we won. Never fighting alone. We are forever one.
Valessa returned to Valenorth, accepting her mantle as elder. Leading Valenorth in a way that respected its tradition, the nation flourished. Borders became less strict, and Valenorth was popular with tourists in the future. Because of her wishes and style of leadership, Valenorth retained its culture. Forests were left intact, the idol was left standing, and everything was just as it was. Going down in history as one of the most revered elders, all future rulers respected her wishes. Valessa started a new tradition to remember your love and keep it alive. Once a year, gifts and well-wishes would be left at Salberg's idol. This was to thank the idol that empowered you and saved all of Alessia. For as long as she lived, she attended every year. Known as a strong ruler, this was the only time she shed a tear. Your legacy and your sacrifice was honored by Valenorth forever. Because of your efforts and choices, Valessa survived. When the whole world stood against her, she faced it and prevailed. You gave her a gift of a happy, peaceful life, one not lost to senseless war. Fortem chose to settle in Mazeo after the war. Helping the nation's people adjust to the new world was his goal. However, this was to make up for the truth of learning that his parents were pirates. Undoing the damage they had done to the nation was his top priority. Soon after that, the wounds of Mazeo were healed. Everybody was safe and happy. Tales of the occupation and the Triumvirate's wrath soon faded into history and legend. In his eyes, he had made up for any harm his parents had caused the nation. When he passed away, he was known as one of Mazeo's greatest public figures. Without his help and direction, many say the nation would have never recovered at all. During all of this, he never forgot your sacrifice. He considered it a necessity to keep your memory alive. Almost never keeping quiet, he told stories of you for his entire life. He focused on the little things, rather than your grand destiny. For example, how your life as children in Valenorth went on. He thought it important to pass on the idea of humble beginnings. It wasn't very long until word of Fortem's other endeavors came to light. Having been the first person to climb the Grand Tree, he was a legend. And just like he had wished, it soon became a tradition for climbers to scale the tree. This continued for almost an eternity after his passing. Climbers would leave notes for him at the top of the tree, close to the heavens. They thought that maybe somehow he could read them. They thanked him for all he had done. Fortem survived the war, despite all odds. His strong love for everything around him kept him afloat. When all hope was lost, he stood up and challenged death in the face. And for that, he was never forgotten. Living a long and full life, he was happy. Alestia was forever better because of him. After the war, Pro settled down in Mazeo and started to write. He wanted to chronicle everything about the major players of the war. Working with any rebel survivors, he pledged that their story would never be lost. His works would go down in history as the most detailed records of wartime. People would aspire to write like him, but to this date, none have come close. Considered one of the greatest historians in Alessia, he retired and lived a peaceful life. He wrote about you and your sacrifice in vivid detail. In his mind, the most important asset in the war should be remembered. But true to his methods, he wrote about your day-to-day life as well. Legends should be grounded in reality. At least that's what he thought. It was important for people to realize you were a person first and a hero second. This empowered generations to come with the idea that anybody could be a hero. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came to light. However, even if it did, he had done enough to make up for his actions. Many aspired to write like him, but none could achieve such prowess. After the war, Ulrich did his best to assist the throne and serve the monarchy. There was much to take care of, and things were chaotic after the fog of war settled. But he was up to the task, and he did everything in his power to make the world a better place. Ulrich, protesting against your decision in Alarinthia, never visited his home nation again. Dracu remained in power, and Ulrich set his sights on serving the monarchy instead. Because everybody remained in peace, this was not seen as a loss of any kind. With your sacrifice, there was nobody left to lead Alestia. Ulrich, stepping up, took on the role of first king of the monarchy. His goal was clear: to educate the world on the new status quo. People slowly learned and adjusted to news of the Triumvirate's fall. But with many years of hard work, they had come to enjoy Ulrich's rule. Alestians lived in peace, never fearing what their rulers may do to them. He had a statue of you erected in the town square of Balteus. You would forever be remembered as the first monarch, a hero. Every ruler in the future would owe their power to you and your sacrifice. With his curse lifted, he was no longer afraid of dying. He served Alestia until he was lost to old age, passing away happily. Though new rulers came and went, he was always remembered as the best. Thanks to your efforts, Ulrich was able to live a happy life, free from the Triumvirate. The shadows of his past soon dissipated, and he turned into a new man, truly loved by the people. Though his secrets never came to light, he had certainly done enough work to make up for them. After the battle for Alestia, Damek had a lot of work to do. Going from a member of the rebellion to a leader in the monarchy was a huge change. He was no longer part of a small army. His actions affected the entire world. Because of your sacrifice, the surviving forces were in a state of disarray. However, this was put to rest when Ulrich stood up and assumed the role of king. Damek immediately pledged loyalty to his childhood friend and served his new king. But he never forgot about you and what you did in order to secure victory. He used you as a guide on what to do and was known as kind and honorable. That was his way of honoring your friendship, using your ideals as inspiration. He remained in his role as advisor, just under Ulrich's leadership instead. Honoring your appointment, he served in this capacity until the end of his days. His bond with Ulrich stayed as strong as ever, and they always saw eye to eye. Damek eventually got over all of the fears that controlled him. He paid visits to the spot where he lost his mother, but it held no power over him. Speaking as if she were there with him, he told her stories of everything that happened. And he was able to leave without feeling sad. Instead, he was happy. He knew that if she were really there, she would be proud of him. That was enough to keep him going when times got tough. Thanks to your efforts, Damek was able to live a long, happy life. He served the throne for the rest of his life, remaining forever loyal. The tale of how far he'd come would go down in history and become legend. True to his word, Sovi was never seen again after the trip back to Mazeo. Seemingly lost to history, nobody was able to confirm what had happened to him. However, for almost an eternity, sightings of a man resembling him had been reported. This man had always fought enemies of the monarchy, ensuring your legacy continued. If it truly was Sovi, then perhaps his claims of defecting from the Triumvirate were true. But as nobody could prove his true identity, this was simply a matter of conjecture and debate. Giving Howell his independence came at the cost of his life. However, he knew the chances of dying were high when he asked. People would say that you made the right choice by granting him his wish. Many mourned the loss of Howl in the battle for Alestia. His wealth of knowledge about the monarchy would have filled books. However, his kind was now all but extinct, a casualty of this ruthless war. Aaron's tavern went on to boom in popularity, being near the birthplace of the monarch. He was forever thankful that he didn't have to give up his home like Damek had wanted. As a tribute to you, he would rename the tavern in the future, his way of saying thanks. This is where Milas settled down, unable to decide between Mazeo and Valenorth. He lived a happy and peaceful life, choosing how his remaining days played out. Being free to choose what happened to him, he was never bound by duty again. After the chaos dwindled, Alex returned to Mazeo and started a new life. His treaty was honored, and pirates were forgiven for all they had done. All bans were lifted, and pirates were officially employed as traders. Neda was never seen again. It was assumed that she didn't agree with these changes, or perhaps she was spiteful that you didn't choose to align with her demands. Either way, Alestia would forever remember her as a ruthless pirate lord. After finding himself fully redeemed, Grizz returned to his office as mayor. Honoring the pirate treaty he had coordinated, he helped Mazeo adjust to every change. He had long since been forgiven by the people, but it was only now that he forgave himself. The created seers seemed to be affected by your attack on the Dark Idol. As if offering their strength when needed the most, the energy within them vanished. When the fog of war settled, they were no longer plagued with visions. They had healthy minds. Draku returned to Alarinthia and continued to rule it with his iron grip. Challengers came and went, but Draku was always victorious in the Colosseum. He was known as the first ruler of Alarinthia who succumbed to old age and natural causes. After his passing, a grand tournament was held, and anybody was capable of entering. Because nobody challenged Draku, the nation would have to start with a clean slate. A new ruler emerged, and Alarinthia stayed largely the same for the rest of history. Shane was never seen again after that fateful encounter in Balteus. He is presumed dead, and many refuse to speak about his betrayal. If he survived, he went to great lengths to remain hidden from the world. When the chaos and confusion settled down, Halen seemed like a new man. He likened his existence to that of a spectator watching a performance. No matter what he wanted to do, his body could not defy his masters. He decided to atone for what he had done and joined the new monarchy. Of course, many people were apprehensive about accepting his aid. Over time, they learned to accept him and his desires as genuine. His job stayed largely the same, ensuring that Alestia's rulers remained in power. But with new masters and even new friends, he took pride in being on the right side. With the Dark Idol gone from Balteus, the corruption slowly waned. Over the next several decades, it made a complete transformation. Many would call it the most beautiful place in all of Alestian history. Its name was changed to New Balteus and left behind its old roots. No longer would it be known as the seat of the tyrannical Triumvirate. People would see it as the place where Alestia was changed forever. People would come from all over the world to see the home of the new monarchy. It became a symbol of new beginnings, teaching people that change is always possible. As the corruption slowly disappeared, people settled down and turned it into a prosperous nation. You were successful in your aspirations. You left behind an entirely changed world. The members of the rebellion that survived had a new, even bigger journey before them. It was time to lead the world into the bright future you secured. For them, work had only just begun. Thank you for your service, Monarch, for everything you've done, You will never be forgotten.
Hey, open up! Did you just wake up? Oh jeez, hope we won't be late. Don't tell me you forgot what day it is. It's the anniversary of your induction. If we don't hurry to the town square, we'll be late. Salus is already under enough stress having to train Milas. So come on, we need to get going. Your parents are counting on me, Seer. I told them to give me 10 minutes tops. Well, don't just stand there. You need to get ready. At this rate, you'll be greeting the townspeople in your underwear. I mean, you can if you want to, but I really don't recommend that. Whoa, hey, calm down. Hey, wait, are you okay?
I'll hang your picture on my wall. 4 days gone by, I recall those memories etched in my mind. When our lives intertwined, a moment frozen in time for me and you. And just like the waves across the sea, we were strong, wild and free. Oh, how we laughed, how we cried, our voices echoed through the night. Nothing mattered in this world except you and me. Though the days can pass me by, I'll not forget. 'Cause when we meet again, it's like you never left. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. Doesn't matter where you are, some things are always true. There are those that leave a mark upon your heart you'll never lose. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. And as the years go marching on, the bonds that formed are just as strong. And as our futures unfurl, it was us against the world, and there was nothing that we felt we couldn't do. The way you shaped my life is hard to comprehend. One look at you feels like I've come home again. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. It doesn't matter where you are, some things are always true. There are those that leave a mark upon your heart you'll never lose. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. when we meet again, it's like you never left. The way you shape my life is hard to comprehend. One look at you feels like I've gone home again. 'Cause that's when home comes to you. It doesn't matter where you are, some things are always true. If you had to let somebody go, but they return to you, well, that's when